YouTube elitism on the right is starting a mission creep, and I'm here to call out a few of the players before they really go off the deep end. This is an eclectic grouping, so bear with me. There will be times I'm defending one from another and then trashing the person I defended. This could get messy. For the purposes of time, I have chosen 5 who graded me for different levels of elitism. So we'll start with the worst offender first, and work our way to those starting to stray. I would ask that you put yourself in the position of a fan in disagreement. That's the baseline I'm working from. I will not play parts of their videos. I want you to watch them in their entirety and full context and judge for yourself, which is why I left links to all of it in the comments section.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here she is, Sonia from Truther Girls, Rafa Kale's YouTube disservicer #1. Like Sonia, I walk the tightrope between believing some of the NWO rhetoric but wanting to keep the discussion honest and in the real world. She did the best analytical video of Michelle Obama's alleged penis of anyone on mainstream media or alternate media. I highly recommend everyone watch this film no matter what I say next. Of all the explanations on the speculation, hers was the only one I could endorse. She also did some cute and funny videos over time, and others as well researched as her Michelle Obama video. Then suddenly came the great period of self-indulgence, which has put her on a losing streak with me ever since. Let's take her supposed debunking of Paul Joseph Watson's assertion that YouTube has been shutting down content creators who monetize, at least those on the right. The best argument she could come up with was, well, it seems Paul Joseph Watson, among others, is doing okay on what he makes monetizing. Excuse me, Truther Girl, but who are you to make judgments on that? You are happy with what you make. Okay, well that's good, but you don't suffer and sacrifice nearly as much as Paul Joseph Watson, who is actually out there in places where real news happens. I'm pretty sure you don't get offered a brawl when you go to the pub, nor, I suspect, do you have to deal with people trashing you to your face while you're trying to earn a living. I'm certain your security concerns are the same as any citizen. Paul Joseph Watson has plenty of extra expenses protecting friends, family, himself from the hate that foments on his every post. Seriously, Sonia, who are you to say when and if he's earning enough? That's not a very conservative position. On the other hand, smaller network YouTubers are being held down by places like InfoWars. They use social media tactics which move their video to the front of the line. Not just that, their subsequent videos are also search optimized to the point that no matter what tags, what level of promotion you use, they will always appear ahead of you, to the point that the small people who can't even promote their videos get buried. It's the establishment doing it. Your strong suit has also grown mothballs, as was illustrated in your video. Esteban Santiago says he was under V2K mind control. Sonia dismisses the fact that Islam is the fastest growing religion in both Puerto Rico and Latin America. For her own anecdote, I haven't seen too many Latinos converting to Islam, have you? A simple Google search could have saved you that embarrassment. But you didn't even take the time to research it. You just mailed in your own thoughts without evidence and collected your AdSense cash without earning it. You should donate the proceeds of that video to Esteban's victims. Sonia? People in your own comments section were trying to help you out with what you obviously didn't know and didn't care to find out. You didn't even stand by your work enough to reply to those who sought to educate you. We now know Esteban Santiago is not only a Muslim, Islam is also the fastest growing religion where he comes from, Puerto Rico. You made a complete ass of yourself and never had the guts to revisit your glaring, unvetted errors in reporting. Take a moment now and think about how many of your viewers who don't have time to do their own homework are still ignorant to the facts about Esteban. Okay, let's move to the elitists, Paul Joseph Watson and Stefan Molyneux. How many arguments are the two of you going to make from the look how popular my positions are as opposed to theirs posture, and the new straw man, look who agrees with them? If your own game gets turned on you, then you become associated with elements both of you would go to great pains to avoid. Stop doing it. It's a third grade tact real people leave behind when they graduate school. As I pointed out in my last video, this is not an argument. If it is, then you lose every bit as much as you win. I can compile, and did compile, a list of progressives who agree with your position just the same as leftists or neocons who agree with President Trump. This doesn't help the credibility gap Alex Jones gave both of you with his own cowardice kissing James Alefantis' ass on the Pizzagate retraction. Why do you still stick together? I suspect it has to do with the private network you are affiliated with, which keeps the thoughts of Free Domain Radio and Prison Planet somewhere near the same page no matter what shit post they come up with to maintain this facade. I smell establishment. I want conspiracy-free speech from those I trust to give me the real deal on conspiracies. Not a blanket of bullshit designed to suit your establishment view. There are real voices out here in complete disagreement. Why do you suppress our speech as opposed to explaining where we are wrong for loving you, but disagreeing with points you try to ram down our throats? Saying Trump people will go crazy when I say this, you are conveniently making any opposition from a Trump supporter marginalized before they even speak. Just because someone supports President Trump and has an opinion that differs from yours does not make their opinion invalid. As I illustrated to you from the beginning, it was not Trump's intent to have a battle in Syria. And just today, here you are, backing off your previous hyperbole and panic button hitting, and here I am calling you out on it. I might be a little YouTuber, unworthy of your notice, and yet I, Mr. Nobody Narrator, was able to 2.0 points you both used and effectively offer an alternative opinion that I will never be big enough for you to acknowledge. And that's fine. I debunked both of you on the who agrees with whom argument. I threw Stefan's assertion that it doesn't matter, President Trump has more facts to work with in this and can make a better decision than Stefan based on that. I also explained with Google Maps to Paul Joseph Watson that the airport was not protecting the Christian town of Saddad. I've subsequently posted actual video on my VidMe channel, I'd be afraid to do it on YouTube, of Syrian army collusion with ISIS against Christians and Assad carpet-bombing population centers. Granted, before I was a YouTuber, I was a rare right-wing anon. I'm pretty sure I don't qualify for middle of the pack among them. However, I can maneuver the dark web to find feeds and cell phone videos. I know on my most salient day, however, you still have 10 to 50 times the resources of investigation at your disposal. Why am I, a little tiny YouTuber, scooping you to debunk your own arguments and give people a wider view of your narrow opinion-based coverage? People like me make videos for far different reasons than you do. Personally, I'm dyslexic. I can't write an intelligible email without someone else to edit it for me, even with Grammarly. If I do, my composition gets picked apart by human spelling and punctuation monitors who never seem to argue the point I'm making. For people like me, a video is the ultimate way to get our point across. Which brings me to the lovely Matt and Rebecca, aka Beauty and the Beta, the least of my offenders list. And honestly, this is just a tiny thing, really. Your criteria for what you will or won't respond to, based on the influence of the dissenter, is all wrong. Instead of judging by the numbers of subscribers, you should judge by the quality of the debater. Just because someone only has 20 followers does not make their points invalid. Stupid as I am, I have 50 or so people who click the subscribe button. Maybe 11 of them are actual fans of what I bring to a video. Recently, I started embedding my videos in different places on the dark web. It won't help me get subscribers or thumbs up, but this little old YouTuber found a way to put my message out to a larger audience. On a personal note, please stop calling us subs. I am a consumer of your infotainment, not your bitch. The only thing I can compare it to is crime shows that refer to the corpse as the Vic. Very tacky. Taking it a step further, when you look at a YouTuber, do you look at their whole social media package or just YouTube? I'm 1/3 Matt Size on Twitter. I also have a couple thousand friends and followers on Facebook. In any case, I'm closer to either of you than you are to Sargon of Akkad, Paul Joseph Watson, or Stefan Molyneux. The thing you all do to make opponents feel small is point out how much bigger you are. Now, let's take that method and apply it to something that leans in my favor. I'm 99% sure if Stefan and Paul Joseph were in a 10 by 10 room with me, and the rules are only one may walk away, I'm the guy leaving that room. Does that make me the wisest? No. It makes me the idiot who solved an intellectual problem with my physical dominance. That would be analogous to Paul Joseph and Stefan telling us to look at their side and how much of a following they have as opposed to those who disagree. Now, let's add in Matt and Rebecca. Okay, maybe now they have a chance, but even in a battle royale situation, all of them must attack me first as a unit if any of them has a hope of winning. Is our battle on the right with the mudsling media any different? If you help make weaker YouTube stronger, you automatically have more powerful allies. If you do get hammered from on high, individual subscribers don't have nearly the voice as one small YouTuber pushing themselves to their finest hour on video to aid you does. If you help them become a little something organically, bet on the fact they will always have your back. How you become powerful is by lifting others. Please, I am not talking about myself here. I have my own agenda, which is very different from probably anybody who does this. How you become powerful is by lifting others. If they can achieve a station on YouTube that's worth viewing, doesn't that help you? They can't steal your patrons or other cash flow unless they are better. And that's the real fear. Sure, plenty will call BS on that, but the stink sticks with people like me. Let's not forget, you're all highly attractive, most of you are young. Stefan Molyneux has a vocal cadence that could command a Greek god. The people I am supporting here do not have those attributes, but like you, they still put out a good product. What I'm suggesting to the four of you is that perhaps the quality of the argument is more important than the influence of the arguer. I give Matt Christensen some props for at least tweeting me about the last time I made a video about his show. Still, it left me dissatisfied in the fact that he debated none of my points, just acknowledged and moved on. I'd have been happy to swing it out on Twitter. The roughly 5K crew I hang with are an eclectic mix of everything from fellow tech junkies to fellow Tea Partiers to fellow bikers and a strong active veteran contingent. These are demographics you haven't even tapped yet. A week prior, you gave an idiot with no good arguments 30 minutes to make you all sound confused, including the referee, and unable to debate a simple point. Actually, a single question. But he had followers. If you want to build something strong underneath, you have to help your supporters and dissenters have a chance at the limelight too. Again, I am not talking about me. Anyone else but me, okay? Honestly. By your own standard on this, Milo should have never talked to you. Did that boost your social media strength? Yes, it did. Are you a more powerful ally to Milo now because of it? Yes, you are. There are lots, on top of lots of others, who would be great guests and debate partners, agreeing with you or a position or not. You are denying your viewers the chance to watch your growth and the growth of others. Matt, you have debate skills that if honed would make you a highly effective surrogate to any issue. The best way to do that is to take on some comers and bring them the MC crush. I see that developing over these many months. Blonde is one election cycle away from becoming a media darling. You're better prepared lately, and it shows both when you're with Matt and solo. You could use some sharpening on your interview skills, however. Okay, for the slap in the cheek after the kiss, I never see any of you apply a litmus test to artwork in your honor, but somehow a video someone took the time to make and produce requires a litmus test of influence. I get it, you can't answer every reply, every YouTuber that crops up. I get that, I do. I just think your criteria is messed up. It's a quality game, not a popularity contest. Challenge us, your viewers. Challenge yourself. All the good stuff you got, you're going to bring, and it's going to shine. Unless you embrace the elitist point of view. Thank you for sharing your time and partaking of this video, and please comment how your conscience allows.